to Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. If you want your child to have an edge this year, Learning RX is the place to be. Here to tell us all about it are Kristen Thompson, Executive Director of Learning RX Kennesaw, and Beth Ardell, Executive Director of Learning RX Atlanta and Alpharetta. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, they were on the show last week for the first time, and I was so excited that I booked an appointment. I took advantage of my own special that they offered. Hopefully, y'all are offering that again.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to bring Caroline in to be assessed as, you know, she's a kindergartner, and just kind of tell me maybe what her weaknesses are and so forth. And that is the crux of what you do, correct?
That's
Tell
right.
us more.
That's right. We're looking at cognitive skills training. So with your daughter, with the students that come to us, we're taking a look at their underlying cognitive skills. We all have. We use them for problem solving and paying attention and reading and doing math. So brain training takes a look at if there's any weaknesses. If the skill is not as strong as it should be, we want to train it. We want to make it stronger so kids can learn much faster and much easier.
So you have these tests designed to not feel, I'm sure with kids it's hard because you don't want it to feel like they're in this rigorous test, but you have these ways to make these assessments but still make them have fun and not really get stressed out about it.
That's right. That's right. It's not something they could have practiced for. It's just really looking at their skills. These are skills like we have muscles in our body, we've got skills in our brain, so we want to check out and see what's strong and what's not so strong.
And why did you both open a Learning RX Center in Atlanta? You're both in two different locations. Tell me how it all started.
Well, Kristen and I, as well as Susie McDaniel, we all brought Learning RX to the Atlanta area about 5.5 years ago. But we have different backgrounds. So my background is in physical therapy, and really cognitive training is not that different than what I was doing before because you need your brain in order to move your muscles.
Sure.
But I got involved in this kind of training to help my daughter, who at one had a seizure disorder. And by the time she was in first grade, it was very apparent to the teachers and me that she wasn't going to make it through first grade. And they were doing a great job with her. They were giving her modifications and accommodations, and I had already done a lot of intervention with her. But still, it wasn't enough to make her successful. So I had researched Learning RX. I saw all the results that they were getting, and they were so much greater than what I had experienced thus far. So I said, I'm doing something new with her. Let's talk again. She was our first student, and 8 months later, things had totally changed for her. So she was in second grade. She had the processing speed to be able to keep up with her friends that she couldn't before, her peers. She had the memory to retain the information that they were trying to give her, and she couldn't before. She had the underlying skills to be able to read, and she was not a reader at all in first grade.
Oh my gosh, it gives me chills.
Yeah,
I just love that.
Her ability to express herself became so much better. So it really changed her life. And now she's 11. She still benefits from the cognitive skills that we strengthened, and she's doing great. I mean, I don't know where we would have been without Learning RX.
And isn't it, I know, I'm sure you probably wish you could have taken a picture of her face when it all just snapped, right? Because that's essentially what happens. I know for me, you're really struggling with something, then you finally get it, you're like, oh, it's it. Everything falls into place, and for that to happen to her and finally give her the confidence that she needed in her classroom with her peers, that's huge.
She's the girl I always knew she could be now.
Oh, I love it. And you brought along another customer who was going through the same thing last time. And it is truly amazing when you think about if you're kind of repeating the same things over and over again and expecting different results and not getting them. Definition of insanity right there. So there's the website. It's learningrx.com/Greater Atlanta. There's the phone number, and I'll give it to you in a second. But just make that call and get them the help they need. Now, the question is, talking about young people, but who do you help? Give us your age range.
Sure. Well, we help. There is no age range. And really, I like to say, if you have a brain, it can be strengthened.
Good, okay.
And we work with, a big group of kids we work with are struggling students or a big group of clients. And all these diagnoses that you see listed are students that we have. And a big one's ADD, ADHD. You hear a lot about that. We have kids who are able to come off their medications or at least lower the dose to the point that they're not experiencing the same side effects that they were before. And a psychiatrist actually told us that he felt very comfortable lowering one of his patients' doses because of the improvements that he had seen. And we hear a lot about dyslexia, and I won't read through every diagnosis, but I do want to get to the bottom. We also have a large amount of students who have no diagnosis. So like Kristen was mentioning, they just have difficulty with maybe their reading skills aren't as good as they need to be, or they can't comprehend as well as they want to, or they're not understanding math concepts or remembering math facts and whatnot. So that's also a big group of clients that we see. Then we see advanced students, so those who are in maybe competitive schools and they're doing well, but they're not at the top of the class and they want to be.
Sure.
Or they want to, they're working on their competitive edge because they're thinking of the next step, the college they want to go to.
Right.
Maybe they want to get a scholarship, and maybe they're in college and they want to go to grad school, and they're trying to not only improve their standardized test scores, because this kind of training can do that, but also improve their success once they get there.
Now, I like that you also worked, and I was teasing it, and I even asked our producer, Brian, I said, wait a minute, they can help adults too? Because my husband says I'm too emotional. Can you cognitively change that? Well, there's no hope. Yeah, just take a deep breath. Start doing some yoga, right? No, I just thought I'd ask. But there are other ways you can help adults advance, it sounds like, in the workplace, right?
Absolutely. There's no window that you've missed the time that you can change your brain. So adults, the brains can change in the same way. So whether you're re-entering the workplace, and maybe if you were always a struggling student, we can still help. Or maybe you're trying to advance in your job, or maybe you're an executive who wants to enhance your multitasking abilities so you can get more done during the day.
Wow. Yeah,
And
I
older
knew that.
adults, I mean, there's a normal cognitive decline that we have as we age, and you don't even have to be that old to start experiencing
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But this can help retard that.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I know, talking about the age range there, then what is the best age to start? Because I know Caroline's 5, and you guys last time said bring her on in. So is that about the good starting age?
It is. At preschool, kindergarten age, my daughter's 4.5 and is in the program now. So my expectation for her is that kindergarten is easy. She gets to go and enjoy school and love her teacher and learn how to read. She's not going to know everything before she gets there, but the foundation will be set because of going through a lift-off training program. Second and third grade is critical. We've got the big CRCT testing that comes in third grade.
Right.
So if you're training for a marathon, you can't wait till the week before to start running.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some practice and some time to strengthen up those skills so the testing can reflect what your kids really know. Then from there on out, transition years are key. So 5th to 6th grade, 8th to 9th grade.
Yeah.
Even when the kids, your son or daughter wants to go to Georgia or wants to get a scholarship to their favorite college, they need to be able to perform well on a standardized test. And so really and truly, if a mama can listen to her gut and know that something's just not quite right, that's the time to bring in your kid and let us take a look and see what's going on.
And I know we only have about 15 seconds, but any last takeaway? Because I know we've covered a lot. Sure. You want everybody to walk away with?
To sum it all.
seconds.
I know.
Sum it up now.
I think the takeaway is this is all based on neuroplasticity and the fact that you can change these skills in your brain, and once you do, they last forever. So they help you for the rest of your life.
Awesome. And special offer, tell them all about it.
$99 for the assessment. Call by 6 o'clock. We had a great response last week. So
Good.
the testing is normally $249, and this will give parents an idea of what's going on, and then we can make a plan of how to fix it.
I love it. Thank you both so much. I can't wait to see it. So I'm going to see you Saturday, right? I'm excited. All right, and to take it, I know, me too. And to take advantage of that special offer, or to learn more about Learning RX, give them a call. It's 404-25-BRAIN. That's 404-252-7246, or log on to their website. It's learningrx.com/Greater Atlanta.